people.
4 regular people,
Could I get a
1
recap?
merchant. Alright, I'll stop my recap.
I'm sorry.
Would someone like to recap? Apparently mine's not good enough for Mason.
No, because I feel like I missed 2 whole. Because last thing I remember was the whole plan. It's like making a plan to assault that city. And then it was like a small session after that.
No, we fought.
I've been doing with a lot of school because honestly, I do not remember the last. Like
We fought
wasn't here
Sock
last
after
session.
the plan.
That's okay. Then I left off on that night, so yeah.
Oh damn, that fight would have been so much easier with our local paladin.
I was there for that. I was there for the fight. It was just after the whole. Unless another one came.
Oh, were you?
Yeah,
Okay.
That was the we had the fight with Sock. If he was there for that, then all he missed was his balls getting washed and the murder mystery.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
You're
Chris,
welcome.
did you do something to my headphones? I can only
No.
hear stuff out of like one ear.
No, I did not.
Deaf? Am I going deaf?
I adjusted nothing on the headphones. They just kind of suddenly started working when I was using them.
Alright. Well, we'll figure this out.
Maybe they're being
Oh,
broken.
fuck.
Wiggle the wire. Alright, well. Would someone like to give a recap of what happened yesterday? Or what happened last time?
Didn't we go to the spa?
We woke up after the rough night of fighting Sock and pulling him out of werewolf. Then we went into town. We had a bath. Hold got his balls nice and scrubbed, very clean. It
Which
was
he did
Rev's
not
turn this
protest.
time. I think next time it's Ataru's turn. She's not
I
gonna be
think
happy
so.
about that. But we all agreed to enter into this contract to keep Hold's balls clean. Then we went to the Adventurers Hall and found that there is a citywide what's it called? Quest for adventurers to help find who the murderers was for a streak of murders that happened on the night that Sock was werewolf form that they called the slaughtering. So we went around questioning a bunch of people and trying to investigate the murders. When, as we were investigating one of the sites of the murders, the alarm bells rang out, and people were gathered around the Adventurers Hall to find that someone had been murdered inside the Adventurers Hall. And when Rev and Atar went to investigate inside, because the police had, the pigs had cordoned off the Adventurers Hall, we snuck in and found that they were taking out the body of one of the artificers. And that was all they know. They had not identified the body yet. And that was it.
Okay. Well, then, when we last left off, Rev was headed to Ates Manor. Cecil disguised himself as a guard. Ataru tailing the guards. And Sock finding Speckle. Amidst this announcement, Hold, what would you be doing? As they had just announced that someone in the Adventure Hall had been murdered.
I assume I was with the group when they went to the Adventurers Hall, or
Everyone was with each other up until now, and they decided to Rev go to Ates Manor. Cecil disguised himself as guard. Ataru tailing the guards that are with Cecil that are taking the body to go get burnt. Sock finding Speckle.
I guess Hold would spend time asking around in some of the areas where some of the take place, besides just the Adventurers Hall. So, yeah, in the other areas to see if anybody has seen.
And we will start with the others. Cecil and Utaru, you follow the guards taking the body back to the guardhouse. They take the straight and most forward path along the main roads over to the guardhouse, where you kind of watch them bring it in and set it outside amongst a funeral pyre that they've set up in their training yard. You watch as they begin to kind of prep and make a few adjustments before eventually taking off or taking out whatever personal effects they can pull from the wretched assembly of body parts. Pull out, they try to rip a few pieces of clothing out from the mess, trying to wrench jewelry, anything that they can, but it's only a few scraps here and there, pieces of an apron, tools and goggles, things that were perhaps in the area, not so much personal effects, and they put it all in kind of a basket to be put in the guardhouse. After that, you watch them place the body on top of the platform and start yucking oil onto it to burn.
Can we make note of the skin color from here?
No. From the assembled form, it is hard to make heads or tail of any skin color in there. It is as if someone had taken a t-shirt and flipped it inside out. The body is just completely mangled.
How
Cecil's
close
like,
is? Sorry.
I wanted to say that I'm trying to, I guess, talk to the other guards about this. Just be like, man, I'm gonna have nightmares about this one. You can see what they have to say.
I would say there's two sets of guards. There's one kind of more veteran officer who's like ordering people around, and then there's some younger fellas who seems to be doing a lot of the grunt work.
I guess he's gonna try to approach the younger guys more.
As you go up and say that, they kind of shudder and shake their heads like, ooh, yeah. It doesn't sit too right. I don't like it. We got a murder around the town and ain't nobody finding anything. We got barely any leads. Don't feel right to me. I don't feel safe. Not even in our own town. We're supposed to be guarding.
Yeah, I'm gonna step back while you do your thing.
All right. What were you doing, Ikaru?
I was gonna ask where the basket is in relation to the other guards and seeing if I can get close enough to cast Identify on some of the objects in there.
It is amongst the other baskets of personal effects inside the guardhouse, kind of being inventoried and looked over.
Alright, so not open. I will not try to sneak right in front of a person, so I will let that be.
Is there any other snooping you guys would like to do here?
Can I enter the guardhouse without being? Oh, is there like offices in the guardhouse, or like the main
Mm-hmm.
officers? Can I enter there like
Yeah,
without?
I mean, you look like a guard.
Hell yeah. I was gonna see if they had like any fucking paperwork or something. Cecil just going in there and just being like, to say anything?
Being like, what? You're going to do what?
I don't. I'm still waking up, homie. I'm sorry. I literally rolled out of bed and got on Discord. Cecil's trying to fucking find if the guards have any leads and haven't told the city folk about it. So if there's like any names of suspicious persons written down anywhere. Because I think this thing lasts for an hour. So I don't know if
Okay, so
how long I have left.
as you're perusing, you do walk in and see a large ramshackle detective board of kind of wires and leads, like the red thread to different
Pepe Sylvia. Yeah.
the Pepe Silva. It's all over. It's got threads going to the bathhouse, it's got threads going to the Carpenters Guild, the Merchants Guild. It appears to be a larger investigation that on a cursory glance you find it hard to make sense of what it's even about,
Yeah.
as you kind of look over and it says like missing shipments for this and that. It doesn't directly seem to be about the murders until you kind of glance over and kind of sectioned off elsewhere on the board. They've kind of tacked new orders on. It says more patrols on the streets, heavier checkpoints on the east and south gate, which sounds very stationary, but more so, it also says track goblin movements and track uh, ooh, biggie sneeze. Track the College of Conjurers movements. And at the bottom, it just says orders from foreigner.
Good to know. Cecil Holt. And tries to regroup with his buddies. I guess he's heading back to the Adventurers Hall.
I'll follow him when the Cecil guard leaves as well.
Okay. Then you guys head out. Rev,
Yes.
during this time, you're heading to A-Test Manor.
True. Um. Before I get in there, is there any chance that you remember what I was hoping to gain by going to A-Test Manor?
I believe it was after talking to Isaiah. you were like, oh, maybe Atis says something about, and it was like,
Because it was like a natural magic or something like that.
yeah,
We
it
hadn't
was the
really
man.
heard
I
of
was about to
before.
say
Gotcha,
it has
gotcha,
something
gotcha.
to
Yeah,
do
it
with
was,
books.
yeah. She had a book that kind of had the information that it seemed like we might need to help, give us a place to start from, but she hadn't really been able to understand it all. So I was going to go to A-Test Manor because I assumed he had read the book. So yeah, I'll just tap on the door.
The door, without any guidance, opens on its own.
This is still the creepiest thing every time I come here.
Heading down the darkened hallway, feeling as though you're being watched at every step of the way. You eventually make your way through the dark hallways until you reach the crackling firelit study of A-Test, a large floor-to-ceiling fireplace lighting
Mhm.
the dark study as A-Test is assembling a small Jenga tower,
Branded?
branded.
Wow. Bonjour, A-Test. How are you doing today?
It's spelled like that.
Oh,
Jenga.
there we go.
PM. A-Test looks and says, "Oh, well, hello, Rev."
And hello to you too. So you're building some sort of tower here, like a wizard tower?
Yes, Jenga.
Oh, Jenga. This is a very interesting thing. I have not seen one of these in, well, ever.
It is a practice for dexterity and patience.
Do you mind if I join in? Is this a two-player game? Is this a one-player game?
You may. Go ahead and roll sleight of hand. How many are you trying to stack up?
Give me 6 seconds. I was just over there putting a cup in the pantry. Stack up. I thought you take things off when you're playing Jenga.
You take them out and you put them on the top.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go for 3. Dexterity, you said just flat?
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand, okay. Wow, that's not one of my hyper proficiencies. Insane.
Oof.
Oh
You knock over the tower.
no!
A-Test kind of interlocks there, or puts fingertips to fingertips and leans back, kind of like trade deal style, like,
Mhm.
very well. What have you come here for?
Well, did you hear about the murders that happened last evening?
Yes. Big gossip.
I would assume so. You're one for the streets. We have reason to believe that there is a magic that does not typically fall within one of the classic, what does they call them, schools of magic.
Mm.
Now I know we had a magic book for like a nature magics and stuff given to Isaiah, and I went and asked her if she knew anything, and she said that she had read the book but not really gotten like a full comprehension. I thought you might know more of these natural magics.
Yes. Yes. They kind of twiddle their fingers. Yes. Old magics, indeed. Come. We must head to the bookshelf. And they hop up from their tall study chair and begin kind of waddling over to. Actually, they'd have slow, purposeful strides. And they would head over to the bookshelf, and you see that the books on the bookshelf, each shelf has a category that they just start perusing through, and you see like each shelf is like book on sacrificial rituals, book on heinous dark magics, book on
Heinous light
uh
magics.
yeah, heinous light magics, books on bugs. And then finally they stop like, right here. And it says books on natural concepts of the world.
Hmm.
And then they start perusing left to right and go, you said it was not within the 8 schools of magic.
Not within the classical schools, no. As well, had you heard how the murders were committed or how the victims were left with the self at all?
Yes, indeed. Given the
So,
old dirty sock treatment. Flipped inside out, put to the washboard.
yes, this is correct.
Very spooky.
Well, yes, it's not my favorite thing to stumble across first thing in the morning.
Well, any book off this particular shelf may have something to help you out. I can pick one at random, or you can peruse to whatever you think might fit your fancy. Up to you.
Well, it says you have read these books, or at least some of these books. Do you don't have an idea of where to start, or anything you might remember from your readings?
Hmm.
You did kick my ass at Jenga right now. I feel like
Hmm.
maybe you owe me a little bit of knowledge, huh?
I am a Jenga master. I suppose you can look at this book. And they kind of pull out a small little, like, hand pamphlet of a tome. That is like you can tell it's like 2 wooden slats bound in leather. It's the size of, like, barely the size of your hand. And it just says, basic concepts. And as you flip through and read it over, just kind of fanning through the pages, you see that most of it's in double check your languages. Like,
I think I
I'm
just have Common and Sylvan. I could be wrong though.
pretty sure it's not going to be in one that you know. Okay. A language that you don't understand, but there are little diagrams of kind of the symbols for each school of magic and would look to be formulas, even. Some even as simple as 2 of them being combined into a different symbol, showing perhaps the combination of magics to make something new.
Ah, necroconjuration.
Perhaps.
It says,
However,
do you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
most of it's in this silvery, kind of inky written writing, a language that you have a tough time understanding. Not silvery, golden inked.
Hmm. Does it look like the same writing that Isaiah was starting to be able to translate?
It does. Large flourishes. Large flourishes, differentiating line thicknesses.
Hmm.
Super cursive.
Well, it just, as you know, I do not have a brain and I have a hard time reading. Would you mind if I took this book with me to Isaiah as well and see what she could make of it? Or, it seems like it was talking about some sort of combination of magics, which, I have to admit seems pretty terrifying.
Yeah, it talks about the various things that make up the schools of magic and some of the combinations you can get from it, and as well as more natural forces of things that just happen to be in the world unrelated to magic. It's a good basic 101 book. And then when you're ready, you can go to this book, and they go to the kind of end of one of the bookshelves, and inside like a glass display, kind of like upward rounded jar, like the rose from Beauty and the Beast was kept in, where you have to like lift up this glass. There is a book that almost looks like its pages were carved in stone.
Interesting.
It looks beyond old. They look more like stone tablets, stacked atop each other, wrapped in jute.
And Atest, you are a curious one, an adventurous one. Is this correct?
It is, and a Jenga master.
And a Jenga master, yes. What do you make of these murders? What maybe schools of magic would combine to tear someone inside out, or who might even have access to something like this? I know you are not very world knowledgeable. You do not get out as much as maybe the average bear, but do you have any theories? Do you have any clues, Mr. Investigator Man?
Kind of scratch their chin. Well, I've only seen these kind of murders in two ways. Either someone didn't like these people a whole lot, or someone's doing it to raise negative energies. Spooky vibes.
Spooky vibes.
Yes, people don't do gruesome things unless it's to appeal to the darker forces.
What, like some sort of ritual?
Yeah,
That's a very spooky vibe indeed.
but rituals usually require really specific stuff. Very formulaic, very by the book. So it could be that someone's walking around with a big vendetta against 4 regular people, 1 merchant, 2 goblins, 1 goblin artificer. But who knows?
Now, Atest, have you been sending out your minions to gather this information, or have you been going yourself? Are you being safe?
I am not being safe.
Atest? We talked about this last time I saw you on the street. You need to be more careful out there, okay?
They whip their cape. I must lurk.
Just do not.
It is my nature to lurk.
I guess this is a fair point, but just do not lurk too close to the fire, okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for your help today, buddy, and I will be back for a rematch very soon. I will study up on my Jengas.
Here, and they hand you a pamphlet, and it's just the instructional booklet on Jenga.
Yes. I shall become the master of this game.
All
All right. Well, I will see you around, Master Atest. Goodbye. Clop, 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 clop. That's the sound of me galloping out of the house.
I assume so.
On my 4 legs.
And where are you headed back to?
Did we have a meeting point established? I know
No.
we all kind of split up, and well, I had said I was gonna go to Advent's Higher and then meet y'all back at the guild hall, but then I went to Advent's Higher and then Atest Manor, and so I'm gonna go to the guild hall anyway to see if anyone's there, and if not, I'll go back to the house.
Okay.
I mean, not I, Rev. I don't exist in a fantasy world. I have to pay
That
taxes.
you know of.
Then you begin walking back to the guild hall. As you do, passing towards your house, you feel a strange presence in the air.
Hmm.
A particular heaviness, as if with each step becomes more daunting. More weight needs to be put forth to move yourself. The air heavy and stifling. No change in temperature, but just the world around you, as if the lights they themselves have dimmed down a bit, and there's a peculiar kind of static in the air.
It's like when your opponent summons a Pokemon, they have the ability pressure.
Exactly. You feel an intense pressure around you. And suddenly it is gone.
After I get past the Sugma house?
No. It's there for a few moments, as if you feel this great intense pressure upon you, and then it is gone. And as you
Okay.
continue through the streets on the house, you see laying in the middle of the street, one of the alleyways, is a crumpled mass of body parts.
Ooh. Where? Here?
Out in the street.
Here? Here?
Here.
Here! Oh no! You sure it's not here?
A scream goes out as a few other unsuspecting patrons are walking from various places and let loose a shriek. You're far enough away where you don't feel as if they assume it's you, but after a few shouts and callouts, the alarm bells ring.
Well, I could have vented.
You could have vented. Are you venting?
I think I might.
Okay.
Get back to the guild hall faster.
There are a few trees. You
Zoink.
tree walk your way there,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah.
disappear out of sight.
Hyper fast.
Making your way back, you eventually meet the others outside the guild hall. That being, at least for now, Utaru and Cecil.
What about do we want to do Sock and Hold's scene first, or should we start right here?
Sorry here for now, because this is all congruent.
Okay. Uh uh Cecil and Sock. I'm sorry, not Sock. Ataru. There has been another murder.
Oh my god, this is happening really fast. Shit, where?
This was right by our house, just west.
Fucking really?
Yes.
They're one of our neighbors? I like our neighbors. No.
No, I did not get a good identifiable look at it, but I think I might have felt it happen. There was like a weird sort of pressure or oppressive force or something in the air, and then suddenly I heard screaming.
That's very disconcerting.
It was not great. Should we go check it out?
Yeah, probably, yes.
Okay.
Zoom.
Clap, 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 clap.
And while they go and do that, hold. Which murder scenes would you be investigating? Or
Considering that
where
the
would you
event,
be asking around?
considering that the Ventures Hall was pretty much taped up, I go by the one near the herbalist first, and then go down to the Muddy Boots and just circle around
Okay.
to the market area.
So in part of the recap that was missed over, those were the 3 locations that the party investigated
Oh, okay.
earlier. And the crime scene is just awash in adventurers, saying that you'd be with it. However, Cecil became the god of rats.
Huh?
Lindsay, if you like to go over
Yeah.
Huh?
what your rat life became.
I became the Rat King. I used to speak with animals, and I asked the rats if they knew anything, and they did. Or they are going to know more. But mostly the rats just ate the corpses that were on the ground.
Second
So,
rule.
Ah!
yeah.
What the fuck?
But I promised them a feast, a wonderful feast in return of their assistance in our investigation. So they
So they're
revere
scampering
me.
around. God.
Yeah. And
Well,
I'm
since
also trying to
those-
memorize all of their names.
Oh my
There's
god.
about 80 so far that
Oh,
have
so
been
we have
listed.
an army.
Yeah.
We have an army of rats.
The rats will rise again.
Then since those 3 locations, I'll ask around with the adventurers. See if anybody's noticed. Since they're always there, they would notice if someone new came in. Allegedly.
Into the Adventures Hall?
Never.
Around the
Um,
murders.
Yeah. Since I always know that people come in and out, but around the time of the murder, was there anybody that looked or that have interacted with any of the artificers?
Okay. As I would say, as you ask around, you will learn that the artificer was alone in their in their study, working hard on a task that was given to them. The only thing briefly heard was a shattering of glass and a clamoring of sound, like loud, like fallen bookshelves. But other than that, no. No one was seen going up those stairs.
Has the area near the magic tower been searched yet? The one to the left of the Adventurers Guild?
No. You guys have not gone there yet.
And if I remember right, didn't the artificers area have windows that were on the left side of the Adventurers Guild?
They did have windows, and one of the windows was broken in,
So
as Rev and Ataru had found out.
mhm. Then he'll go to the area near the mage tower and search that, since there really wasn't any
Okay.
besides already known.
As you go over there, you can see there is a slew of adventurers, all casting identify and detect magic and searching around with magnifying glasses and spectacles, kind of peeling apart the crime scene as best they can. And amongst the gaggle of adventurers, there is one small area that is quarantined off. There's a large crack, large fissure in the ground of the cobblestone that stretches out across the street. But other than that, there isn't much left of the crime scene.
Might be a little late, but he's gonna attempt to use detect magic near the crack that's being.
Oh, okay.
Or sorry, not detect magic. Divine sense.
Okay. As you cast Divine Sense, Your senses are hit with a muddied slew of divine and slight hints of evil. And as you sense around, you can sense other paladins sensing around. There's about 40 adventurers kind of just sussing about, all of which are casting every slew of sensory,
Yeah.
magic, primeval awareness, divine sense. Place is
Is that
indeed muddied with everyone crossing the wires.
is that the area that's being quarantined off? Is anybody searching around there, or are they just searching around them?
They're searching around the area up until the point where it's quarantined off.
Is there anybody keeping anybody out?
There are a few guards holding blackjacks.
Old will. I'll just walk up to one of the guards. I assume there's no way I can get in there, is there?
No,
Pointed off for danger or for other reasons?
because it's a crime scene.
I thought the crime scene is where everybody is over there.
No, the crime scene is where everyone's standing right now, including yourself.
Not even just a quick detect. I'll be in and out, it won't take long.
Hey, buddy, ask me if this is the first time I've been asked this.
That is true.
All
Yeah, it's
right,
worth a
then.
try.
You can kind of adjust his belt. Good day to you.
Knock him out.
While I was talking to him, I was also looking around to see if there was another way to get closer from the sides.
It's just a, like, square that's been quarantined off in the center of the street.
Oh, so there's guards on all sides. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like a little taped off area. And really the only thing that's in there is like a blood stain that's kind of seeped into the crack and then just a big crack. But most of the crime scene has been washed away by the morning rain.
Mm. Out of curiosity, with divine sense, can I remember certain senses? So if I sense a source of evil, if I sense it again, can I remember that sense?
Flavor wise, if it's peculiar, perhaps, but most of the time it's just a smelly smell. You can
Okay.
sense what type it is.
But this time, that evil sense did not come out familiar at all? Or was it
No.
just like, just generic?
It is just a light sprinkling of generic.
And with that, could I possibly follow it to a location, or was it just in the area and just that's where?
It's just a sprinkling.
Okay.
It is just a sprinkling of what you believe to be perhaps undead.
Hmm. Oh wait, he'll go to the market area. I have an idea.
You are
So,
at you head to the market area.
um, he's gonna go into Gobsco.
Gobsco!
You head down into Gobsco.
Since in theory it's a 1-to-1, he's gonna ask around if they've seen anything, since the goblins are pretty good at hiding and seeing things. He'll just ask around and even offer up an award for information.
Okay. So you're just asking if they've seen anything topside?
Yeah, anything that was unusual. If any of them have witnessed any of the killings. If any of them saw like somebody break in to the Adventurers Guild, just any generic information like that gathered so
Okay.
far.
Roll.
Or-
So you're offering gold as well?
Yes, but with each person, he's gonna make sure they're telling the truth before.
Okay.
So I'd have to make several rolls. I know.
Then I would say roll me blanket insight. Roll me insight. From what you can tell, most everyone has not seen anything, and they're more at a loss of the goblin workers, as there is a candlelight vigil currently happening in Gobsco as you enter down into it.
Did one of the Goblin workers die as well?
Yes, 2 of the goblin workers were
Okay.
folded together like a Rubik's Cube.
Oof.
But overall, from speaking with them, not much new has been learned. Is that the 2 goblin workers were simply working in the markets before suddenly they, and this was surrounded by multiple witnesses, suddenly they saw them just get pretty much disassembled and then reassembled.
Hmm. He the people who told, says thank you, and he'll give them 2 gold pieces for their time.
Go ahead and remove 12 gold pieces then.
All right.
Is there anything else you'd like to do in Gobsco?
Not Gobsco, but with that information, he will head to Paddock. But you can wait to do that since
Okay.
he was going to go talk to. That's the only person he knows who knows these kinds of magic. Who would know anything about these?
Who you cut out?
Tiffany's.
Okay.
That's the only
You will
person he
head-
knows who
you will head
could
that way.
answer these.
In the meantime, Sock, where you going?
I'm gonna go back to the bathhouse first. That's where I last saw Speckle.
You're cheesing it to the bathhouse. Upon
Looking it.
arrival, the water genasi says, "Oh, here for another bath, you dirty little gnome."
No, actually,
Oh, well then, good day to you.
I was actually wondering if the goblins are still in there.
No, most of the goblins are gone.
Most of them?
Were you looking for someone in particular? Yes, most of the goblins. You could take a look back there, but it would cost 5 gold.
You wouldn't happen to know a speckled good mates, would you?
Would this speckled good makes be a goblin?
Yes.
No.
All right. I need to go check. How much?
5 gold.
Pays the 5 gold. 1 second. Let me get my
As you-
character sheet.
Hand him the 5 gold. He hands you a towel and some oils and soaps, and he says, "Enjoy your time."
He leaves him on the counter and goes to look for Speckle.
Okay. As you head inside and begin inspecting every naked goblin you can find that she is not in the bathhouse. Is there any investigating or questioning you'd like to do?
Yeah, he's gonna go to the closest goblin. Like, do you know a Speckle good makes?
Speckle good makes. And he kind of
An artificer
using the loofah
adventure
to
of
scratch his
guild.
back. I believe that gentleman over there knows.
Where?
There's like just a gentleman, like a little goblin getting all sudsed up. And he's, hey, you want to know about the speckle?
Yes, and I'm in a bit of a rush, so do you know where she is?
Last I remember, she said she had a big project that she had to do, so she was heading back to the Adventures Hall.
Fuck!
Lots of work
Okay.
to be done.
When did
And
she
she
leave?
hurried off. About 40 minutes ago.
Okay. He's gonna leave and go to the whatchamacallit. Does he know? Do we know where Mezel lives?
Where Mezel lives? In the Adventurers Hall.
Okay. He's gonna go to the marketplace where they sell like metals and whatnot.
Okay.
He's gonna start asking around if anyone has seen her today or where she lives.
Mezel or Speckle?
Speckle.
Okay. Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Oof.
What
You
did I get?
two, you're talking around,
Dang!
and the only person that says they've seen Speckle was her heading in a hurry to the Adventurers Hall, the Adventurers Guild, to work on her project.
Ugh. Okay. He's gonna go to the Adventures Hall and start looking for people that he recognizes to see if anyone else was in there when the
Okay.
murder happened.
So as you head to the Adventurers Hall, you
Where is
see
she?
your friends arriving there as well. You see Ataru and Cecil and Hold.
Sock, what'd you find?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Where's Mezel? Where's anyone who was in the Adventures Hall when this happened?
We haven't seen anybody. That when we went into the Adventures Hall, it was, you know, like only the pigs there.
Yeah. But I do get 2 leads.
Am I there before I went?
What did you find? Anything
The-
in the
No,
warehouse?
you are heading to activities right now. Hold.
Oh, okay.
Is there any other adventures like lingering around?
There are a few, and you can see Mezel's being like questioned by some guards off to the side.
He gonna go over there
To Mezel or to the Adventurers?
to Mezel.
Okay. As you walk up to Mezel, the guard goes, Hey. We're not done questioning her."
Can I intimidate him with a single glance?
You may roll for intimidation. he kind of takes a weird lean back, like, "Hey, easy, buddy, easy. This is Miss Mezzle. Is this someone you know?" And Mezzle kind of teary eyed looks like, "Oh, yeah, yeah.
I just
Is
have a
it?
few
Is
questions
something
really quickly.
okay?
Where's Speckle?
I don't know. The last we saw her, she was." And there's a long hesitation. Working upstairs.
Was she the only one up there?
I don't know. She's the only one I saw go upstairs.
Do you know where she lives?
Um, uh, in and she glances around, leans in. Gobsco.
Okay. Is there like an apartment number or something I should know? I just
No, I never really asked where exactly she lived.
okay. Thanks. Are you okay?
I'm
I mean, considering everything.
I'm I'm a little shooken up that a murder had happened so close.
Well, if you need anything, you can always stay at our place. If you don't want to, I don't know, if you feel unsafe or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go look for Speckle. So bye.
Oh, okay. Goodbye.
Gonna go to Gobsco.
Doc, where you going?
Just
Going to
sprints
Gobsco.
past y'all.
Doc, did you not hear how Cecil has some leads?
Later.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Good luck.
Actually,
Stay safe.
on that note, I need to head out as well. I don't know. I want to catch her before she gets busy. If you need me, I'll be at Pillow Talk. This
All right.
caused something weird. Did you know that the bodies in the market were disassembled and reassembled right in front of them?
no, I did not hear that actually.
No, I think the rats left that one out. They just. Yeah.
I wish she has better luck in Gobsco than I did. And they're holding a ceremony down there, so those two goblins.
Huh?
The two goblins from the marketplace that got disassembled and reassembled of some sort of magic. They're having a ceremony down in Gobsco. I just got back from there.
Okay. The guards are tracking the goblin movements.
They wanted to be surprised.
Along with the College of Conjuration.
Whatever magic that was, I do not believe it was conjured.
Did you say conjuration?
Just move past that like it was nothing.
God damn it!
Now
Like,
that's a school best friends to get behind.
One of those mixed schools, yeah.
Whatever.
I'm sorry.
I personally
Hell
do
yeah.
not believe that could be conjuration.
I didn't find any conjuration.
Yeah, but
There's
that's
like weird other school of magic.
that's who the guards are tracking. I guess right now there are two leads, but I think they're mostly concerned is if this culprit leaves the city, because the gates are stacked right now.
Well, didn't they're still in the city because didn't Rev tell us that there was a new murder like right over there by our house?
Didn't we leave to go do that? Where are we at in the timeline
Mhm.
of events right now?
Babe, we backtracked because
Yeah.
everyone met back at the Adventures Hall, and then we're gonna go leave to investigate the new murder.
Gotcha. So am I here with y'all right now? We're all talking.
Yes.
You,
I wasn't
you-
sure if I was in this scene or not.
You finished talking with A test. Basically, A test, guard stalking, and bathhouse and investigation all happened. So we're all now at the current timeline.
Okay. Then I'll chime in and say, yes, there was a new murder that would probably be useful to investigate since it happened so recently. We could get an early look.
I'm still gonna head down to Pillow Talk.
Let's go talk to your pillows.
Yeah, sure. If they'll give answers, it might be useful.
As
Which place is Pillow Talk again? Is that the sex place or is that the not sex place?
What's therapy with optional of sex?
Right.
Sex with option of therapy.
Or that, yes.
Or sex and therapy with the option of
The blow your
breakfast.
back out special.
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
Indeed. Well then, as as you head to Pillow Talk and enter in, you can see an attendant wave you down. Says, "Hello, sir. Are you looking to try our new specials today?"
No, not particularly. Is Tiffany's in today?
No, I don't believe so. She stepped out for a few moments, about 6 hours ago.
Do you know if she'll be back?
No. She said she had business to attend to, and then left.
Well, shit. All right.
She did
Thank
leave
you.
in a tizzy.
Well, thank you. You don't mind if she ever does come back? Can you tell her, hold the door, just has a couple questions?
Okay.
Yes. Thank you. And he'll just head back to, I guess the crime scene next to our house. Because that's where he knows everybody else is going to be.
Okay. And you head that way. Sock, you head down into Gobsco, shaking every goblin you can.
What is Gobsco?
Is
Underground.
the underground Titans Fall, where the goblins live.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah.
half size, one
It's
to
Costco
one.
for goblins.
Okay. Well, yeah, he goes down there. He's like, does anyone know where Speckled Goodmates lives?
Eventually, after enough shakings, they lead you to a house. 456 Nubbins Way.
Starts pounding on the door.
I'm writing down this address because
I
it ever
also
comes up.
wrote down.
456 Nubbins Way.
I pound on the door. And then immediately start looking for a window I could crawl into.
You pound on the door, and there is no response.
Is there a window?
There is a window.
I'm gonna peek
Bust
in.
it down.
Form a B&E. As you peek in, you see that no one has been in there in quite some time. At least not today.
Where? Okay. I'm gonna go. He's gonna go to the mines. He's gonna run.
You're gonna leave Gobsco and just sprint to the mines?
I suppose you'd be like, does anyone know where she might be? Other than the Adventurers Hall and other than her house, where do you think she would be?
As you continue to ask more people on the street, they're just shaking their head like, "What? I don't know. I don't know."
Okay. Is there like a marketplace down here?
There is a makeshift marketplace down there.
He's gonna look through there. Look for spec.
Just a cursory look. Roll.
I mean, he's probably poking his head into shops and looking in places where he thinks she might be, like trinket shops or metals or tools or artificial
Okay.
things, and then
Uh,
probably look in food areas.
okay. And you
Yeah, maybe she's just
spend
on lunch break.
the next. How long would you be searching?
As long as it takes.
How many hours of no results would you allow before moving on?
Depending on how big the marketplace is, he'd probably look around there for like an hour.
Okay.
If it's
Then-
not too big, and then
Then 1 hour would pass by and no avail. No speckle.
Okay. He's gonna go to the mines.
You'll take the few hours to head to the mines.
He's running.
Take 1 level of exhaustion as you run to the mines.
Where do I mark that down? Is that a thing?
Keep it in your
You
heart.
just like write
Okay.
it somewhere, yeah.
Meantime, what is everyone else doing? As that will take Sock 2 hours or so for all of this to be happening.
You're investigating the next murder spot that Riv
New murder.
is
Ah!
around.
And then Hold, you would meet them back there, you said?
Yes, I'd probably meet them while they're in the middle of all of it.
And you would say that you meet them, as you didn't stay too long at Pillow Talk.
Okay.
Over there, searching around, you see that there's already a gaggle of adventurers muddying the crime
Hilarious.
scene, but looking over the scene, it appears that a slew of more guards are around, investigating the bodies. The bodies are still there, but there are a few more guards and a few more kind of city officials, if you will. And as you inspect it further in, you can see that there is a particular cloth, a familiar fabric that Rev, having spent uh so many visits, you recognize that this is mixed in with the body part is
Mhm.
a familiar cloth of the cloaks that the vampires wear when they're going out.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And so it appears that the guards are looking over and you can hear a few whispers. A vampire? Goodness gracious. We have to let Farah know that there's vampires in the town. Another guard says, I think we should be more concerned that someone just did this to a vampire spawn. And they both just
Uh,
shudder and go, ugh.
I think
Nevertheless, spray the area in holy water. And they start just splashing holy water around. Going around flicking on adventures. Yeah! As they anoint you with a brush of holy water.
Unpleasant, but sure, go for it.
Power, you take 1d4 damage.
What?
4 damage.
That's new. I didn't know that was a thing. Ow!
So I think pretty shortly after, like, kind of getting a lay of the scene, Rev wants to go up to the rooftops to check around again and see if there's anything going on up there, prints, yada yada.
As you head up there and investigate, you do see a few tiles kind of out of place and broken, as if stepped upon. And there is some movement that you could do a little sussing about. Go ahead and roll survival to see if you can perhaps catch a direction or how long they've been up here.
Survival of the fittest. Papa. Wow, that's much better than my last check.
You can see a few crumbs of food. Apparently, whoever was here was waiting, as there is marks that someone had been perhaps sitting on the tiles.
And which building is this? This is just one of the ones, like, near this alley or whatever that I'm
Yeah, this
sort of
would
on.
be one of the ones, yeah, that
Okay.
building.
Now whistle to call upon my rats.
You may.
Cecil whistle.
As you whistle and the whistle rings out, a few people go, "What is this guy whistling?" As you step to the side, or as you step to the side, you see a bunch of glistening, glowing eyes in the evening light from a nearby alleyway.
He makes his way down. Ritual cast speak with animals, so that's gonna take a bit. Maybe I should have done that before whistling for my boys.
You hold up your like hand, and they just patiently wait as you
They wait in reverence.
take the 10 minutes.
Damn it.
And eventually you finish it. And the rats look up and go, "Oh, you finished. How lovely."
Why is this rat Gertrude?
I am Bruno,
Bruno.
and this here is my cousin Maple,
Maple.
Peanut,
Peanut.
Liam,
Liam.
Roland,
Roan.
Pansy,
Pansy.
Oats,
Oats.
Darwin,
Darwin.
Casper,
Casper.
Finn,
Finn.
Sonic,
Sonic.
Lincoln,
Lincoln.
Freddie,
Freddy.
Ralph,
Ralph.
Ditsy,
Ditsy. That's a nice name.
Ace,
Ace.
Hannibal, Hank, and Frisky,
Hannibal, Hank, Frisky.
Zach, Gray,
Zach Gray.
Kiki,
Cakey. He's
Calvin,
tipping his hat to each and every one of them. Calvin.
Applejacket, and Snickerdoodles,
Applejacket. Snickerdoodles.
Hercules,
Hercules.
Heracles,
Heracles. Oh, nice.
Hans,
Hans.
Dumbledore, Olaf, Glenn,
Olaf. Glenn.
Lenny,
Lenny.
and
Leonard.
Spice,
Spice.
Quincy,
Quincy.
Cat Slayer 49. And then these fellas over here are Tarragon, Quark, Wellington, Eric, Tyrion, Tyrone, and
God.
Mercury.
Hello, T's and Mercury. Alright, here's the deal, fellas.
And a little rat comes up and says, "My name Champ."
Howdy, champ. And Cecil,
Yes,
Cecil will reach out and pat him on the head gently with one finger. Alright, fellas. Here's the deal. there was someone staying in this building, and I know one of you gets to know who or what they were. Any of y'all got any idea who this feller was?
You hear like a low rat voice. Yeah, I know who it is. I've seen them. And as you look in the back, there is a rat wearing like a trench coat and a fedora hat, like a
Oh my-
noir detective.
Oh my god.
He puts out
Holy
a small
shit.
rat cigarette before stomping it out. Pulls out a flip notebook. Listen here, pal.
Alright.
I've been working these streets, running the beat. I hear word on town you're looking for these murderers.
I am. And I'm willing to pay.
He squints his eyes. As am I. The only payment I need is justice.
You're a true detective. I'll give you that.
Listen here, I give you my clues, but I need some help from the taller folks such as yourself.
What do you need?
He kind of pops his collar up and kind of glances around. So I've been watching a strange figure, stalking them around. Figure was sitting on top of the house, right?
Hmm.
They were watching in ambush, waiting. Anytime someone would walk up and down this street, they would stir themselves into action, but then they would always ease up. It wasn't until someone walked in that exact spot did they strike. A bit
Interesting.
suspicious. It appears they're not looking for any particular victim, but rather the location.
Interesting. Very good. This is quite the lead, actually. So there's no particular victim, but it's all about the location.
Real quick, does anybody have a map?
Oh my god.
They're making a circle around the square.
Oh my god.
By the way, the names, and he looks around, McHenry,
MacArthur.
Detective McHenry. He like squints at you. That's a good name there, Detective. And he sticks out his little paw
He
for a handshake.
sticks out his finger. and then Cecil rummages in his pockets and gives him, he's like, for your trouble. And he hands him the ration.
He takes the ration and immediately hands it to Champ, and Champ's like, "My name's Champ," and starts eating it.
You go, champ. You go.
The only thing I have a hunger for is justice.
All right, detective.
What a hero.
Stay safe. I hope I can see you again.
He
at
puts
the
his
end of this.
He puts his hands in his pocket and begins walking away before looking over his shoulder. Just gives a firm nod. Disappears into the night.
Holy shit. He's like, all right, fellas. Thank you for the assistance. I will call upon you when I need you again, and the feast will be given as promised. Enjoy that, champ. Taps him on the head lightly with the finger. Runs back to the party. Holy shit.
What'd you find?
Fellas.
Oh no.
They're making a magic circle in the fucking town. The rats told me.
Wait.
Hold pulls out a map.
Yeah, the murders were here, 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 and here. The only spots left are here and here.
Holy shit.
We should go set up an ambush over here.
In one of the locations, I did sense a little bit of death.
Where?
Undead. It was the one near the magic tower.
Someone was already killed there.
Yes, but the sense I was getting was dead, so the magic might be related. Some sort of necromancy, maybe. Just a hunch, but this could be a ritual circle of summoning. Who
I mean,
knows?
that's kind of assumed. They're killing off people in specific locations. These are
So-
the killings are probably sacrifices.
We gotta evacuate the center of the town.
So
Well, we
ambush
also
need
need
to-
to
we need to-
stake
we need
out
to-
the
we
other
need to-
two possible locations, right?
Yeah, we need to camp out at one of them and try to find the person that's doing this. Because we
Closest-
know where they will be.
Closest one is by Advent Attire, south.
Let's hurry. Hopefully, we're not too late.
Hang on, I gotta talk to the guards. Cecil's gonna try to run to the guards, tell them what he knows. Try to evacuate the center of the town just in case. He's gotta save people.
Save the people.
Okay. You
The
run to
rats
the guards.
told
What are
me.
you saying? Yeah, what are you saying? The rats!
The rats told me!
Ataru,
Yeah.
would it make sense for us to split up in this instance? Let's say we go south of here and we get to this location and the murder has already happened, and then another one happens in the northeast corner before we can get there. But what if this one has already happened and we already have someone on the way up? It might be easier to intercept.
I
It's a really
can,
good idea to split up, but in this instance, it might help us actually catch the person.
I can
Okay.
go
Do
to,
we have any way to contact each other over long distances?
I can go to the one to the north. You've seen that beam I've shoot before? That like fiery beam?
Oh yes.
Yes.
If I see anything, or if we get into combat, I can shoot that in the air.
Okay.
All right. I shall come with my father, and the rest of you post up here.
Let me see what equipment I have, because we need a signal for this side as well. I have a firebomb, but I can't really just fire that straight in the air. It needs to have contact with something to explode. I can throw a firebomb in the air and then throw a shuriken at it.
Could you throw a
Yeah.
firebomb at like a bird?
Well,
Well, an explosion could work just fine.
yeah,
We just keep.
I can set off the explosion myself.
So I'd say both of you, I could stay on the ground and both of you could stay up top to keep eye on signals or anything up high, yes?
Yes.
Sounds good.
So 3 down south, 2 up top. It's like a plan.
Right.
Seems good to me.
In the meantime, Sock, you ride up
Where's
the mines.
Speckle?
Oh yeah, Sock's
Oh, it's 2 and 2.
Yes,
It's
Yeah,
2
2
and
and
2.
we're already pretty split here.
That's just going to be the case sometimes with these high stakes investigations.
Sock,
Where is she?
As
Oh,
you
God.
start making a scene at the mines, one of the foreman comes and is like, "Hey, easy, buddy, easy. What's wrong there, pal? What's wrong?" Starts to like put a firm hand on your back. It's okay. It's
Speckle
okay.
Good makes.
Who?
Have you seen her?
I don't know a Speckle Good makes. What does she look like?
Goblin, reddish brown hair. Like teeth.
They usually do have teeth.
Yeah, but she has like 2 little front teeth that stick out.
Oh, I know of her. No, I haven't seen her today. She already came early in the morning, I believe. When I arrived and woke up, she was already leaving. Very dirty. Probably headed to the bathhouse. Said she came early and was in need of lots of material because she was working on a big project and needed to try and finish it today.
Do you know what kind of project?
I believe it was something for the Adventurers Guild, and so I assume you could probably find it there.
Well, if she was there, I would have been there Okay, he's gonna go back.
I'm gonna run back to
Run back
the town.
to the freaking town.
Jesus.
Okay. In the meantime, where's everyone setting up, and who's setting up where?
Me and Hold are setting up in the
Yeah.
northeast quadrant, trying to keep track of the tops of buildings, while Hold and his pig are on the street,
Yeah.
providing some street watch.
Street pagan.
And then Tara and Cecil are on the opposite side over here. And I guess the both of us are taking up possessions on roof because Cecil is range boy.
Well, yeah. I got one bullet.
Probably different roofs, like
But-
overlooking different areas.
I got one bullet, but I got this crossbow. And this light crossbow, he pulls it
You
out.
got
Just wave at Ataru.
I promise you, when I get the time, I will try to figure out those bullets so I can make them for you. I'm sorry, we've been busy recently.
No, I understand. Queen is totally.
Oh, I've never been called that before. Nice, I like that.
Okay. Time goes on as the night carries into. I would say it's about 8 at night.
If we're waiting around for a while, can I search the street level as well? I've got a hunch on these location-specific things that maybe there might be some sort of symbol we're missing.
Okay. Also, don't forget, I believe, Rev, you have a meeting with Mezel at 9.
Oh yes.
I forgot about that.
According to the itinerary of
I could just ghost
daily
her.
activities the NPCs do
see.
at certain times.
You have a meeting?
She has a certain investigation.
Apparently she's horny, but Rev doesn't know.
She loves
My
it.
ass. This song.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
My ass.
I
No, but
forgot about Rev being like, you are suspicious. It's like, oh, you want to investigate me in the park.
Then,
What?
Rev, as you are searching the streets, you do not see any sort of symbol to the naked eye as you kind of scour around. You don't see anything particular on the streets.
I'm gonna assume this is sometime before 8 then, and I'll say,
But there are
Mr. Holt, you have some magics, right?
Yes.
Could you
What type of magics?
could you maybe scout out the streets a little bit down here while I'm on the rooftops? I'm gonna head back up and search around for any mysterious figures or some sort. But with this whole location specific things that's going on, I don't believe. It has to be around here. There must be some sort of symbol or something that this person is having to interact with, right? Or maybe he
Considering
just knows.
from the
It doesn't
sound
have
of
to be
it,
this way, but
from the sound of it, it sounds like it's a prepared, a prepared like magical trap of some sorts upon stepping.
so
It
be careful, then, and
activates.
do not step on anything crazy. But
I will attempt not to.
I don't know much about these magic, so I will continue to search from the rooftops.
First things first, we'll use Divine Sense to see if we can
the
get.
realist.
First, it'll be Divine Sense, and then I'll use. Did you hear me, or did I say that too softly?
You're using Divine Sense.
Yeah, Divine Sense first, and then Detect Magic.
As you cast Detect Magic, you do not sense any real magic around, and with Divine Sense, you do not sense any divine or good.
With the amount of studies of magic that he has, could I roll Arcana to probably suss out an area specific to where it would. One, triangulate well with the other marks, and two, where would be the best spot to actually set this trap. So kind of using the knowledge
Roll-
of the spacing.
Arcana then. Other than the location, it'd be next to impossible unless you were, like, busting out the trigonomics of where exactly on the road it would be.
He's not that smart. It was just like base, maybe get a little bit closer to where it could be based on like some of the spacing that we've seen from the other location.
Okay.
But he'll keep his eyes out, just
Okay.
see any abnormal.
Streets are fairly busy at both locations. One being a residential road to the market, and the other being a kind of industrial road. Various carts and guild workers are taking back and forth from the Carpenters Guild to the various shops to the center of town, herbalist markets, etc. So, prime real estate for murder victims.
Yeah. Periodically, he will use Divine Sense.
The time goes on for a bit. Ataru and Cecil, as you are hanging out, suddenly you hear a loud, kind of little sharp clinking noise, as if someone were dropping coins.
On the roof?
Just dropping coins somewhere, and after maybe a second or so of sussing out, you see that about 300 gold's worth of coins has just been poured out into the streets, or into the street in front of y'all.
Oh,
And
that's the
people are
spot.
just beelining toward, like, oh shit!
I am going to immediately throw a smoke bomb into that area.
Okay. As you throw the smoke bomb, envelops the area as people are like in it, like, oh yeah,
Don't go in there!
I can't see the gold.
Fuck.
I can only feel the
You're gonna
gold
fucking
on
die.
my finger. And then,
Cecil, watch the rooftops.
as
Eyes
you
peeled.
go to, kind of as the smoke is billowing out, sense a deep pressure on your soul, as if someone's like squeezing your chest. Both of you feel it, as if you're being constricted by some sort of vice upon you. And Ataru, you who happen to be looking kind of more specifically at the road, you watch as you can see the smoke bomb kind of swirl inwards, a loud pop, and the smoke continues to billow out. And the pressure is gone.
We need to move. It's already too late.
As the smoke continues to billow, you still hear people go, ah, I can't see the gold, but something's squishy and fleshy in here. This doesn't feel like gold. Did someone butcher a cow in the middle of the road?
Yeah.
Cecil, we need to move. Let's go.
Damn it.
Has anyone
too late.
seen my child?
Oh,
no!
No.
Ataru just starts absolutely fucking booking it to the last spot.
Okay.
Oh god. Okay. Yeah.
For Holden Rev,
Casting Long Strider on myself, by the way.
at the same time, for Holden Rev, you hear as a plethora. Like you kind of turn, like, what was that noise? And see just a smattering of like 400 to 500 gold just scattered in the street. And you see like a bunch of like workers just kind of walking the street, just stop, and they kind of just like look around and look at you, and they're like, well, if no one's gonna claim this, and they start sauntering over.
Rev takes off his cloak and hops down to the street to try and intimidate some people to spook them away from the area.
Okay.
Could I use stone shape to make a wall around that area?
Click on it. Okay. If you wish to make a wall, it would take like a minute. As you're moving only 5 feet at a time.
Then on the opposite side of where Rev is, I'm gonna use
People are like, hey, money. Start cheesing it towards it.
on the opposite
this
side
is
where
not
Rev
good
is,
money,
I'm
this
gonna
is
use
fake
Wall of
money.
Fire.
Okay.
It's a federal crime to pick it up.
All right, you cast Wall of Fire and block off one side of the road. But the other side, people are like, hey, buddy, hey. Still trying to like sidestep and sneak their way in.
I get the boar on the other side, and I stand on the side that Rev is.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll intimidation for like having taken the cloak off and trying to to freak them out?
Yeah, I think in combination, go ahead and roll. Someone roll intimidation with advantage.
Hold was going to try and intimidate as well.
That's at 29.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. They are pretty spooked, but some people are like, I have a poor family. And
then yeah, it gives them 20 gold.
You walk up and hand it to him?
Yes.
As you walk up to hand the gold to him, you feel a large, tense pressure upon everyone in the area as everyone's like, ugh.
Divine Sense immediately.
Before you can even Divine Sense, go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw. As kind of right where that person is standing, you watch as he begins to collapse in on himself, and you find the gold in your hand and your body starts being sucked in with it.
Oh no!
All right, let me.
Don't you have a bonus because of aura, right?
Is that already on there? It's already on there.
Is it?
No.
8 + 5.
Yeah, that's regular dexterity.
Yeah.
The aura is a +4.
All right, that's 17. Let me roll. Let me see how much damage you'd be taking. So you would take 23 force damage as it starts to twist upon your arm, and you throw yourself back as an explosion of blood and guts as the dude him and 2 other nearby people get sucked in and just flipped inside out in this visceral kind of singularity warp.
Is there any
almost took your arm? Yeah.
Not again. God.
Is there any visual or audio indication of where someone might be doing this from? Any
Uh,
verbal
I have a
components
feeling
to
it's
spell?
being done through glyphs of warding.
Go ahead and roll perception during this. If you are specific, like during this, specifically focusing around,
Mm-hmm.
then there's nothing to dispel. It's already gone.
I'm sorry. I'm not.
Instantaneous.
Oh, it's a bad perception check, baby.
No, you are too distracted with the fact that you just saw some people get turned into spaghetti
No, not spaghetti.
and almost hold getting folded in with them.
No, not hold being a spaghetti. This has got clean balls.
But the force, even though you're able to dodge out, the force of the inward impact throws you to like the other side of the street. Hold.
Old does not have a fun time.
Loses his arms again. Jose, are you okay?
As a mist of blood starts just kind of raining down.
Luckily, I can actually dodge that. Guess what? I'd be like that, yes? For
Yeah,
the sake of the question, yes. I am
I
okay.
I do believe so. We need to go. I think we
Yes.
failed our mission here. We need to go see what's happening on the southwest side. Can you stand?
He's already back up. Yes, let's go.
Okay,
His
hop on Nightwind and we
adrenaline's-
shall leave.
At what point do I run into them?
Eventually, as each of you are running, I would say, Atara, you meet up with them kind of here. As they start running to the south, alarm bells are now going off. The town is on high alert. And you meet up with them. Cecil? Were you like flying behind or what were you doing? You just sauntering?
Fuck, man. I pretty much should be flying behind her. Man.
Like a kite.
Yeah.
I think I do have more than double your movement speed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So,
you could drag her like a
Oh.
kite if she was.
That's
I
what
think
you that's
I
what
think
you
I
get,
can-
Atara, for running ahead.
I think I can
I
only
was-
fly the same
Was
speed
trying
that
to
I
make
can
it there on time
run.
to warn them.
Hey, but it speeds it up.
Because our signal was for coming over to help, not to be like, hey, it got fucked up.
I'm gonna go to Farner. Where's Farner on the map? Would I know?
It should be in the guild hall.
Would Cecil know that?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Met her, yeah, we introduced
Speaking
talked
of
to them.
which, as you head to the guild hall, you see Sock.
Oh my god, Sock, there's a magic circle in the fucking town we gotta tell the Farner.
What?
Keep running. Come on, and he scoops him up.
peak. Absolutely peak.
As you pick him up, it's about 8:45. And you start running towards Farner's office. Sock underarm as you kick in the door, and Farner kind of just casually looks up. Come in.
There's the rats told me it's all about the location. The murders. It's a magic circle. They're gonna kill everyone in the town. You gotta evacuate the city.
She holds up her hand. She said, McHenry has already informed me. And the door shuts, and McHenry closes it. He's like, don't worry, MacArthur. I let her know.
Oh, and he drops Sock and he falls on the ground.
McHenry walks over and
legend.
jumps up on the desk and sits facing you, lighting a cigarette.
Please tell me he's in a tiny chair.
So no, he's just on the corner of the desk.
Okay.
He's like,
Leaning up against it.
this ain't like these field crimes we used to get back in God's End.
Dude.
I ain't seen shit like this in a minute. And just flicks the cigarette casually, and Farner's like, hey, detective.
Rats only live for like a year.
I haven't got to speak with animals again.
A year?
I can just fucking talk common.
I was about to say that. No, you can't hear. You can't hear what McHenry's saying. You see a little rat just
again. Hold on, 10 minutes.
flick cigarette.
They definitely
she's
live
like-
more than a year. People keep them as pets.
All right, are you gonna cast it over 10 minutes?
Farner,
How long does it last?
Farner, what's McHenry saying?
Like 10 minutes.
She's like looking at McHenry, and he's like nodding and pointing around, and she's like, "God damn it, you're right again, McHenry." And she's like, slams her hand down. Fuck. You make a good point. Get on it, McHenry. And he just scurries away.
What'd you
He
tell
scurries
him
away
to
through a
do?
small door.
Oh my god.
The great mouse
McHenry's been a beat cop for 30 years.
She's like, damn it, McHenry.
30 rat years. Like, damn it, McHenry.
You're one of the best
Maverick!
we got. You're such a yeah.
Such a goddamn maverick.
I want your badge and gun on my desk Monday morning, but for now, get out there and do
If
what
you don't
gotta
find if you don't find this murder, I want your badge and gun.
do.
Henry turns around. Squeak. Keep it off the books. Squeak. Aggressive affirmation. Squeak. Runs away.
If you don't solve it, don't come back at all.
Farner pinches the bridge of her nose and looks at you, Cecil. I'm sorry. What is it that you needed?
We gotta evacuate the town. I don't know what sort of dark magics is going on, but we gotta tell the people to get out.
Yes, McHenry has shown me on the map, and she points down at a map of Titan's Fall with the X's. This doesn't look good. What could they be trying to do?
Oh my god. What? Cecil has to take off his hat. He starts fanning himself with his fucking hat. he's up off the floor, pacing back and forth. Boots just cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. What's so special about Titan's Fall that they would? God damn it! He throws down his hat.
Throws the hat down. Yeah!
Sock, do you know anything?
No. I don't even know a speckless. Do you have any water?
The goblin. Would this have something to do with the fucking Gob's Cove beneath
Gob's
Titan's
Cove?
Fall?
It kind of looks like Gob's Cove. What does this have to do with Gob's Cove? I mean, Gob's Cove is just a town that they built in the caverns beneath the town.
But would
That's
this
just where they live.
are the murders taking place down there as well? Is this like a double like sandwich magic circle thing?
No. First off, magic circles are mostly surface level.
No magic circles underground. Understood. It's just nodding.
Well,
Do you have alarm bells or something?
well, McHenry did reveal to me one thing, that each murder might be related to other murders, but also unrelated to other ones.
What?
Well, I haven't heard the report yet, but who was murdered at these two? And she points to these two.
I didn't see there was smoke in the air. And I,
You do
Sure,
know it was a
guild
child.
merchant.
it might have been a child.
Wasn't it a guild merchant?
Child.
She pauses and she stops. A child.
Yeah, someone screamed, I can't see nothing. Where's my child? I gotta find
What?
this gold with my fingers. Something like that.
Mm. Damn. And what about up here?
I don't know, I ran right here.
Damn.
I know. But my compatriots are over there. I can go over there and ask.
Well, I've come across a few congruent things. Some of the murders were of people, she hesitates, lifts up her hand, short in stature before looking at Sock. Some of them were
What?
workers.
A merchant.
Some of them were poor people. Some of them were more affluent members, such as the merchants.
Short, rich, poor, young, old. I don't see any connection.
I don't know. Regardless, most magic circles usually have some kind of focal point.
The fountain.
And according to this map, the fountain is where it will be. I'll have my guards remove anyone from the fountain area. I mean, luckily, no one should be there right now at 9 o'clock.
Oh my god.
Gosh,
Mm,
dang it!
There is someone there.
A long
Oh,
con.
no.
Partner.
She lifts up a sending stone. Lloyd, can you go ahead and make sure no one enters the park? And you say, oh, all right.
Wait, does Cecil know that Rev is meeting Vessel there?
You were there.
Oh
We all watched them do that.
Partner.
He's
One of
dead.
my compatriot, the little tree fella Rev, he's interrogating Mezel there tonight at 9 o'clock.
As you point to a sundial.
That's 8:59 and 30 seconds.
I gotta go.
Well, it's exactly 9 o'clock. As you just, I gotta go.
No.
Sprint out.
It's like, come on, he scoops him up.
Okay. In the meantime, Rev, what would you be doing?
Sorry, this whole interaction's giving me like Who Framed Roger Rabbit vibes. Like, oh,
So Rev, Ataru, and Hold were outside when those two went in. I think initially, with it
Yeah,
being
didn't-
like
didn't we meet
8:45
up
still
with
or
we
something
were-
like that.
we were here. We were
Yeah,
here.
they were running
Yeah,
back
yeah,
from here to get to us, and I was running over there, so I think we met like here, right?
We ran into Ataru like
Somewhere
around
like that,
here.
yeah. So I think Rev would say something like, guys,
Yes. Cecil did like this.
Yeah.
now, like, I don't want to be a jackass, but this was my theory before Cecil went and talked to everything, that this circle center point might be a thing. So, like, I think Rev would have said something like,
Wait,
guys,
was
I
going
believe
straight through the
something.
park.
Yeah, right. Like, it seems like it would be a good spot for us to be in the center of this, huh? Just
Well,
this circle as it was made.
Yeah, Ataru would have gone through the center of the
more
park.
so I'm asking if I saw anything on my way through.
No,
Okay.
Fast.
it's a big
Yeah,
park.
probably. I assume it got fucked up on your end too, and the circle's not complete.
I almost
Yeah,
died
yes, yeah,
again.
we
So
failed.
yes.
Isn't this like the third time? Shouldn't you get a punch card at this point?
Honestly, yes. Maybe
Seems
the
like kind of as a point of
maybe
life
the insurance plan should have been put on me. Actually.
Okay. Cecil
Wait,
broke
we
off.
don't have insurance on hold?
We should get it, but that's not a thing for right now. Cecil broke off and went to the Adventurers Guild. I'll go grab him and be like, man, let's go to the center. Okay, I'll meet you guys there.
Okay, hold. Do you want to assist me in the interrogation of Mezem?
Sure. Good cop,
Okay, was
bad
in-
cop routine, I assume.
Something like that, yes. I think we were going to meet by the tree above the fountain. The large tree.
But isn't she your friend? It's just asking questions.
Ataru made mention that Mezel might have gotten the wrong idea about what this meeting was for, and I would much rather have another person with me.
Fair. All
I
right,
do not feel comfortable
let's
going
get
to
this
this
taken
meeting
care
alone
of.
after Ataru's comments on the situation.
Get this taken care of. I'll keep my eyes open. So you suspect something might be going on in the center of all this, sir?
Well, I mean, that's the only point left in a circle, right? You have your points around the edge, and you've got your points in the center. I don't know why you'd make a circle if something was not going to happen in the middle.
Typically, with a ritual circle, the person stands in the center, so.
It'd be weird for it to happen at like the upper northeast corner, you know?
That is true. Alright, let's get going.
So, all right, and then we walk to the park to meet up with the Maisel.
Then as you head into the park, and as I'm trying to think of the timing of it all, as you guys would head in the park and begin searching around, Cecil and Sock come barreling out of the guild hall into the park as well, and eventually all of you meet up in the park.
Guys, the circle's complete.
Barnard.
Guys, have you seen Maisel?
No. God.
Get out of the fountain!
Why would she be in the fountain waiting to fuck? Okay, wait, actually, no, that makes sense.
Wait a minute.
Fuck.
No, wait. Guys, shut up. Barnard said that the goddamn center point of this fucking spell is in the fountain. They're sending guards to make sure no one's entering the park, but I don't know if we can do something about it here.
I'll try to clear the park, see if there's anyone here. Just gonna quickly, like, make rounds running around the park.
Okay, as you separate
for
to run
Maisel as
around
well.
the park. Eventually, Rev and company see Mezzo just kind of sitting on a bench wearing a long, like, rain jacket, long trench coat.
Maisel?
And nothing else.
That was funny.
That you can see.
Oh my god.
And she looks up and says, "Oh, hey, Rev.
Hello.
didn't-
This
Didn't expect you to see you."
you should have expected to see me. We
You
made an
needed
appointment
to.
to meet tonight at 9 o'clock, right?
Yeah, I just didn't think you would follow through. Well, you said you had questions to ask me.
Oh.
Well, I sort of did, but it seems like things are escalating to a pretty severe point here with these murders going on. I think it might be good for you to just go home tonight.
Oh. Okay then.
As we have some concerns that something might be happening in this park tonight, and you do not want to be here. But you're not the one who did all this, right? This is not you waiting to snap your master trap on us.
She shanks you. No.
She's trying to.
Mazel's the real
though.
BBG.
She's kind of shy. Says, "No, at least I don't think so." So
Rev grabs her
guess
by
I'll
the
go home.
shoulders while she's on the bench and says, Mezel, it was not you, right? Look me in the eyes.
it was not me.
Okay, then we need you out of this park.
Okay.
I don't know where you live, but I would recommend.
I live in the guild hall, but I guess I could go. It's a busy night. And
Don't
I
go
thought
back
you
to the.
thought you
Could
had
you do me a favor, Mezel?
questions. But okay.
I have plenty of questions. Could you do me a favor?
Sure.
Don't go back to the guild hall. Go to the food quarter and wait there until around midnight.
Okay.
Just go
I
get
have
some
been
dinner.
kind of hungry.
Yes. This is a good thing.
Okay, I guess I'll go. And she stands up and says, "All right, bye."
Good night, Mesel.
She heads out, and you watch all the way until she leaves the park.
Mm-hmm.
And then she blows up.
And then I rejoin the group and I say, okay, with Mesel gone, I believe that is everyone who might have been in this park.
Yeah, I did see it, buddy.
Except for us, obviously. There's
Did we
nothing
just
saying
make
that we
ourselves-
might not be.
sacrifices right now.
Right.
Should we maybe?
Unless all the
abandon
sacrifices have already happened. I mean, I'm not quite sure how all this works, you know what I mean?
This could be the summoning point.
I think it would be good for us to investigate the fountain and see if maybe there are any signs of any magics or anything bad. Cecil, hold.
Yeah, I
Why
guess
not?
So I was gonna sniff around.
look for
If
some
you give me 10 minutes, I
marks.
can cast detect magic.
Oh, hang on. Is there gold in the fountain?
I sure fucking hope not.
There is some gold in the fountain. Silvers and coppers and a few gold pieces.
At our location, gold was dropped to attract people.
Oh,
Figured
this
that
was
was just
true of
get them-
ours as well.
I
As
figured that was just get them
ours.
right in the right spot.
But the weird thing is, none of them touched it. The one who ended up being, whatever we want to call it, killed, took my gold. So I was trying to give them gold so they wouldn't take it. The one in the center.
Huh. I want to test a theory. She's gonna take one of her throwing daggers and throw it at a gold piece that's inside of the fountain.
It goes kersplush and strikes the gold piece, but nothing happens.
Alright, maybe only one person touches it, or whatever happened is just not here. I'm going to start ritually casting detect magic.
Hang on. Is everyone here got dark vision?
Mhm.
Can y'all see?
Yes.
I can.
Alright. So,
Yes.
can you see?
1 second. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure gnomes have it.
I think gnomes. I know dwarves. Pretty sure. Gnomes have darkness.
Yes, I can in fact see.
Alright, I'm just making sure no one was running around here like a chicken with its head cut off, you know?
Superior.
I can
Dark
actually see
vision.
very well.
Oh shit.
120 feet. God damn.
Sock like
Super
points at a
gnome.
sign. He's like,
His
this
eyes
is
are
that.
like glowing like a cat's.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's a little spooky.
Your eyes are a little.
Wait, what do you mean? Your eyes glow, that's why you wear the glasses.
That's true. That's true.
Where can I get some
So-
glasses?
Why are you asking if we can see in the dark?
Oh, just in case I need to cast light on anything.
Does anyone know anything about, I don't know, circles or murder runes or?
Not
I
my
don't know.
particular expertise.
I know
a
about the
basic
geometry and I
ritual
know about
circle.
murder.
I know
not
that
the
you can
runes
make a
and
circle out of
magic
any set of 3 points.
I know the basic setup of a ritual circle. Besides that, I don't have any idea what this could entail, except
Well-
really heinous and dark magics. Typically with sacrifices involved.
I mean, if nothing happens tonight, maybe that should be the next thing we look into is what kind of spells or what kind of rituals would require this kind of crunching.
Well, with magic, it's
Hmm.
give. Hey, there's nothing you cannot do anything without giving.
Can I investigate the fountain?
What are you looking for?
Little rune symbols, signs of a person Or
fiddling
no,
with it.
yeah, fiddling with it, or like even like fresh gold dropped into the fountain. Like if there's just like a bit too much, and you're like, that seems excessive.
I would. Okay, roll for investigation.
I want to look for, like, if any of the
How
parts of the
close am
ground
I?
has been dug up,
No, it doesn't work.
or like if there's if the turf has been disturbed in a circular way.
I would say Sock. You can kind of tell. It's most of it's paved, some of it's not, but the ground doesn't appear to be disturbed as you pace the area. Cecil, from what you can tell, most of the coins are scattered in a fairly natural way. None of them appear to be piled up.
I can't tell anything, guys.
Wait.
And then Ataru is casting Detect Magic.
Yeah, virtually, so it's gonna take 10 minutes. But they're scattered around, and I'm curious if the scattering mimics the circle that's around town.
Wait,
Are
what's that?
you is this in character, or are you just sussing about? As you are casting Detect Magic.
Yeah, I know, I'm casting Detect Magic. I'm not gonna suss them out until I'm done with it. Also, I don't think Cecil mentioned that, so I don't think it would come to mind immediately. Yeah, so then it wouldn't come to mind immediately, so she's just gonna
But I'll
cast
tell
it.
you, they're not scattered in the in the ritual circle way.
So it's just like placements of people who are just making a wish.
Yeah,
Just
just people
tossing
just
them in there.
hucking coins in there. Yeah.
Well, I mean, would it do much good for us to just sit around waiting here for something to happen?
Just give me a second, I'm almost done.
While she's continuing to cast that spell, I'm just gonna, I guess, keep an eye out on the trees and things like that. And maybe look for any footprints if there are any that are fresher than Mezzel's or ours. Because I assume I knew what hers looked like as she was walking away, and I'm pretty familiar with my
Yeah.
parties.
Want to scan the rooftops for any suspicious figures.
There are no rooftops.
Right apart.
Mm-hmm.
There are
Yeah.
Can't
only
like
trees.
stand on top of the fountain and look at anything. There's nothing.
You want to stand on top of the fountain?
Sock's getting on the fountain.
Yeah, I'll stand on top of the
Oh
Okay.
no!
Wait, Tuck, what do you do?
Sock, you
Is there anything up here?
climb into the up and over the lip and start splashing through the waters. For climbing up onto the center pillar, past the water, center pillar, and on top, the tippy top of where the center of the fountain is. And you begin to look around. Happen to not see anyone from the tippy tip of the fountain.
We'll use Divine Sense area since
As you sense the area, the only thing that you can suss out is the light, kind of angelic strumming of a guitar coming from Cecil's direction.
nothing out of the ordinary.
I don't see anything up here.
Actually, I'm gonna check. You said all of the pavement it's stone, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, that's only with history checks.
As opposed to wood pavement.
Well, I saw that had stone cutting, but that's only with history checks.
Talk as you stand on the top of the fountain. You see a figure entering the park.
There's someone coming in here.
Entering from an area where the guards or not posted up on the outsides.
He points.
Sneaking in.
He points. Over there.
As they rustle around in the bushes. It is not Rev.
There's someone who just snuck in right over there.
Fucking what's it called?
I get off the tower.
I become
Yeet, splash.
Radiant Soul. I fly that direction.
Yeah, Hold's heading over there
Okay.
on Ernie.
All right. As
I'm
you
gonna stand guard over here. Guard
you're gonna
this fountain.
stand by the fountain.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Rev's gonna stay by the fountain as well.
As the rest of you start running forward and heading at this mysterious person in the bush, you eventually arrive as more of the rustling, as whatever this person is, are trying to kind of shake their way through the bushes.
I know you're there. Show yourself.
It'd just
They
be a lot
step out.
easier if you come out.
They step out like, ah. And they step out like, "Oh, sorry guys, we're just trying to throw some coins in the fountain." You see a small
Well,
curly-haired goblin step
Right
out.
now, the park is off limits.
Oh, okay, then I'll
It'd
go.
be safer for you to leave. Yeah.
Okay, goodbye. And she walks away. Goes back into the bushes.
Well, that was a waste of my Radiant Soul. Cecil just flies up.
We haven't. Wait, no, I've seen Speckle.
Sock. You suddenly standing
was-
by the fountain. As you step down, you suddenly feel an intense pressure upon you.
Oh no!
Run!
Why? I'm
Each
new
of-
here.
Something's happening.
Each of you feel a kind of squeezing pressure upon you. Shock.
When the pressure started happening, instantly Hold the Door is going to use Misty Step to try and tackle Sock out from the fountain.
I'm not standing
Ooh.
in the fountain. I got out of the fountain.
Or just away from that area.
Okay. You tackle, you sprint forward, Misty Step, and tackle Sock. The intense pressure as you feel it from elsewhere in the park. And the pressure is gone.
Oh, do we see which way the person went that came in?
They started heading back from the entrance they came.
Where do they come from?
Wait,
Points.
who was it?
Some.
Small curly haired goblin.
Well, I would.
I think.
If it was Speckles, I would know because I've interacted with her. It was like
was
a
Speckles.
curly. It was. I think it was. It was hard to tell, but I think it was Speckles.
What? She,
Wait, you-
what? Wait, where'd she go?
Like I said, back to the entrance over there.
Get off me!
He gets off.
I'm gonna go over there.
You hear a blood-curdling scream from that direction.
Run.
He's gonna run over there.
I think we're all
We're
running.
flying.
Yeah.
As you cheese it, you find that near the entrance of the park, right here, as you arrive near one of the gates, you see a crumpled mass of twisting flesh, protruding bones, and a mass of cloth and armor. It appears that few people and perhaps even a guard was sucked into this mass.
Mm.
Was that the direction Speckles came from, or?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you said the guards weren't posted over there.
Well, Speckle headed that direction.
Oh, okay.
Can I smell her? I'm gonna follow her like a bloodhound.
You can. It smells a lot of her.
Where? The mass?
You know where. As you kind of approach, the area smells of viscous blood, of god and of goblin. And flopping out of the mass as it starts to settle is the arm of Speckle. So go ahead and roll me wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Oh,
this is a fucking
no.
problem.
I don't know why, but I have a iggling
You
feeling.
get a +4 to that. You get a
Yes.
+4.
Mhm.
Did we ever consider that this might be Vestress?
Doesn't she more like drain blood rather than like crumple people up into balls?
I thought that was our
Don't
first.
you remember when she would enter?
Radiant Soul would
When
have
she
worn
would
off by now.
when she would enter and show herself to us, the way the bodies looked.
Yeah, but that was more her crawling out of them.
But she can control blood. Yes. We
I
don't know
mean,
what she's
yeah,
capable
but
of doing now, and these
She
bodies look
basically like
awfully
became their
familiar.
blood and like crawled out of their rib cages and shit.
And for some reason, Tiffany's is always at her shop. But when I was there, one of the assistants said she left in somewhat of a hurry to go take care of business.
Oh, it's a possibility.
You feel a hot pulse rush over you. Normally, when you struggle, it is a battle, tug of war, kind of the knee-jerk reaction to stop yourself from tripping or falling over, that kind of leaning, that shaking for balance, to upright yourself. It is not so much in this case. This hot energy wraps around you like a warm, welcoming blanket. And Sock, you curl over and double over upon yourself. What's the rest of y'all doing as you kind of arrive to the mass?
Hold the door would have said what I said earlier.
I'll say only Ataru kind of notices Sock being
Sock, are you okay?
squeamish.
No, I'm not okay.
Oh no. Poncho is
it Richard,
off.
or- is it
Poncho
Richard, or-
covering the mass as best as the poncho can.
Sokka is staring at the arm.
Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Just let it pass. Breathe.
You hear a few groans
No.
as a guard nearby is kind of on the ground, his leg taken by the mass. He goes,
Cecil is by his side.
Hold the door goes to him and starts healing some of the wound.
he goes,
Yes.
oh no.
Belt off on his leg, stopping the bleeding.
He's like pushing you off. He's like, no, points over to a few citizens, each of them missing various body parts. Some of them are just torn torsos.
Oh shit.
And there you see sans one arm. There's a little curly hair goblin, just face down on the ground.
Oh my god. All right, hold. You
So-
got this.
Would you rather me tend to the one? Yes, yes.
All right, all right. Cecil
starts
makes his way
healing
to
the guard.
Citizens.
Start healing citizens' hands.
Mhm.
Did we all see the one-armed goblin?
No,
I would-
only Cecil
Cecil.
and
Got his
hold
eyes
because they
trained
ran
on the
past.
arm
Could I-
falling out of the map.
Could I tell that was Speckles just from that quick glance?
Yeah, you could tell. I mean, she's the only goblin amongst the crew.
That is true.
She kind of
Hey,
flips over. She's like, I feel a little bit lighter.
Sock!
You'll be fine,
Sock, you just hear.
darling.
Ataru, can you tell Sock that Speckles is alive?
I'm trying to get his attention. He's not paying attention. I'm trying to. I'm literally like in front of him, trying to block his vision, just like both hands on his shoulder, just trying to like go through breathing exercises with him.
Speckles is alive!
Can he hear
Stop!
anyone?
Stop!
No.
Oh no.
Seeing him start to glaze over, I'm just gonna try to like angle his head back and like kind of just like give him like light slaps on the cheek. Stop.
As you angle his head back, his eyes have already rolled into his like up into his sockets,
I think Sock's passing out.
and the
Shit!
body starts to convulse, and
Oh
the
no, it's worse. It's way worse. He's not passing out.
eyeballs fall out of his sockets. His skin
Oh my
starts
God.
peeling away, and his body begins to grow.
Guys, get the silver.
A large werewolf hand bursts from his chest and grabs you by the throat.
It's bonking time, baby. I'm bonking. I'm
As
bonking immediately.
stepping up and out of the body,
Hold leaves the guard.
Sock kind of grabs and is so tall, like looks down upon you as it is holding Ataru.
I'm
Hold
bonking.
leaves-
It was me and
hold
Ataru
leaves
with
the
Sock, so I'm
guard.
bonking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sock, you, Ataru. Oh well, hold on. Rev, you go up to bonk the hand, bonk the arm.
Yeah, I want to bonk him.
Arm bonk. Roll to attack. Roll to arm bonk.
Bonk. Babooey.
Oh,
Hey.
What the fuck?
You, as it's still kind of growing and thickening, you are able to smash through it like wet paper mache. Yeah. And shear it right off as it goes flying away before dissolving. You watch as it slowly starts to grow back, and Sock is still kind of mid transformation.
Would I add sneak attack damage to that for having a friend near me?
You can.
Oh my god.
double roll. No, double roll that.
Because it crit.
Yeah, you
Roll
roll
it
it
again.
again.
I rolled again.
Yes, because you crit.
All damage.
Oh
dice.
my
Oh
god!
my
I was a rogue crits, man. Also, am I able to move now that I'm free?
And
Casual 84 damage.
Jesus.
if the arm is gone, then I'm also gonna. I know we're not technically in combat yet, but my hand crossbow thing is usually a bonus action. So like simultaneously ish or something like that. I want to just hold the hand crossbow up to its face and put a shot in its eye.
Okay, go ahead and roll to attack.
I am very tall.
He jumps then.
Okay. That hit. So you see
Shoot
Ataru
him
being strangled, and he starts to kind of lean over, and you go over and pretty much upswing it, ripping the arms that's still growing, kind of off, still thickening to its full length, rips it right off at the shoulder, and with the now clear line of sight, pops a shot off and blasts Sock in the eye. Werewolf Richardson in the eye as it rears back and falls on the ground and starts convulsing as it's still in the process of transforming. What is Hold and Ataru doing?
As soon as my feet hit the floor, I'm getting out the I'm getting out the silver chain and trying to wrap him up.
Hold assist you with that by picking up the wolf so you can get underneath it.
Hold up.
As you hit the ground and lunge to go for it, what is Cecil and Hold doing? What was that again?
I'm helping Ataru by like picking the wolf up so we can get the chain underneath.
So you
Cecil's-
stopped healing to go back?
Yes, immediately when the arm came out and grabbed Ataru, he left to go because he was actually going to.
Okay, so you're still on the process of running. Okay.
Yes.
Cecil's
Cecil.
evacuating citizens or trying to get as many people out as he possibly can.
I can't see suck like this.
Okay, so you're immediately starting to pick
Yeah.
people up like it's
Yeah.
time to get. Okay.
Y'all
Um,
gotta get the fuck out of here.
I know you're
Uh,
missing both your legs, but run.
Make it.
Okay. Then
faster,
as
he would've-
you guys are kind of as is all happening and Hold, you notice and begin to get up and run, and Cecil, you begin to pick people up, and Taro, you begin falling to the ground. That deep pressure suddenly lays upon everyone to the point where you muscles tense up against it, and you feel as if you are kind of plastered in cement. Just everyone's locked in. The werewolf itself is kind of like you can see it muscles writhing and struggling, but they're kind of like fighting against this unnatural force. It feels as if everyone's just kind of been paralyzed, like their muscles have just been locked down. And during this, there's a trembling, a shaking kind of sensation that the water in the fountain is sloshing about, like just vibrating intensely as nearby trees, their leaves start to almost like rocks just start to fall out. Any loose leaves fall out and straight into the ground as the whatever remaining lights are around start to dim as this gigantic trembling force washes over the area.
I think Rev kind of standing over Dick still, is just gonna say like, Richard, do you understand what's going on right now? Do I get any sort of response out of the werewolf?
The werewolf still kind of fighting against this unnatural force that is binding everyone. So it does not speak back, but you can watch as its arm, like little tendrils and fibers of muscles, are starting to weave themselves together, and the eye is starting to grow, and the little bolt is being pushed out of the skull.
Rev's just gonna. I know he can't move right now, but Richard, we could use your help in this situation. I know this is a hard thing to ask since I just knocked your arm off, but
Rev, are
there
you
might be
fucking serious
something
right now?
a bit awkward going on right now, and we could use your help here, Richard.
Richard, fighting and struggling, starts to kind of gnash its teeth, and as the eyes kind of finally grow back, this intense burning hatred, this intense stare glaring up
We could just kill
and-
you again.
up and past you, Rev.
Past me.
Past you. As you are like standing over him, he's looking
Mhm.
past you at something.
I turn my head if I can.
Roll strength. Roll a strength saving throw against it.
A +0.
+4.
Okay. You do not, but I would say from the reflection of
Did I see anything
Socks.
since I'm behind?
burning eyes, everyone's kind of still focused on Sock, and Sock, Richard Wolfgardson, is staring up at something, and you hear a voice emanating from above as if someone were flying above and says, I was not expecting to find a werewolf here. Nevertheless, a fine addition to the collection.
Cole tries to look up.
Do we
Roll
recognize
strength.
the voice?
You do not.
Plus
Hold your, since you're a little bit taller, not looking down, you look up and you can see just the flittering, just like a sense that someone is just high enough out of your vision. Well, regardless, let us begin. And you sense a presence of magic rush over as runic sigils start to light up over the area. And each of you sense as magic incantations start to fill the ground as like glow-in-the-dark lights would light up. And you can see these cascading curtains going upwards into the sky that travel throughout the town. Pillars of green light exploding up from each of the murder scenes, or at least you can assume. And the ground underneath you begins to glow.
Ooh.
And that's where we'll end the session for tonight.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh,
Gosh dang it!
Oh.
I want it to be. I want it to be in the record. I'm gonna type it real quick. The next words out of Rev's mouth toward Richard are, "If you can understand me, throw me at the voice."
Okay.
I want to see that shit happen.
Rev
I just want to see him roll another crit.
wants to be thrown.
That
Rev wants to be tossed.
fucking rogue crit. Woo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
baby.
Rev hurts. Rev
yeah.
hurts.
Beans, exciting beans.
Hella hype.
For the record, I have 1 bullet left. So
Make
Ooh.
it count.
I have Dark
Make it
Vision
count.
and Umbral Sight, so we can try to make it count.
That's
For the
dramatic as shit.
record,
So we met.
circle all over town. I know I'm a werewolf. You can't see me
So
like this.
new
Oh, yeah.
Archmage. Joy.
Most likely, yeah. Alright, guys, say goodbye to your future selves.
Oh,
Bye.
fuck yourself.
Bye,
Got a big
future
dick.
self.
See you all next week.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow.
Mwah.